Well, we got plenty of firewood. It was nice of them to leave this for us. Such guys. I commend them. Huh. There you go. There's a little lean-to. Well, fucking do something even if it is wrong. Chuck, chuck. Ta-da! Very nice. Ah. We haven't done this in a while, have we?
No, nothing like this.
I mean, it's been a while. We went, remember, you're still pretty young. We went by the Manistee River, I think it was. We camped out.
Yeah.
Remember, it got chilly and we kept running the truck. And when we left, the truck just smoked like a freight train because the valve seals were all loaded up with oil from idling forever. Because we were drying out our gloves and all our shit.
Yeah. We're talking about just illegal camping in general.
No, we were actually at State Forest campground that time.
Oh, okay.
Right off the trail.
I don't think you and I have illegally camped before.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
so.
we're not we're not
pretty
really
legal right
illegal.
now.
I think we have a camping permit in the truck.
Expired.
No, you have to fill it out. It's just a general form and you fill it out and you post it at your site. And there's a 50-foot rule. You cannot be 50 foot off of the main trail that you came in on. So we are pretty much meeting the requirements here. We aren't blocking a fire road so they can get a fire truck back
I
here.
was blocking it. If
And
anything,
so
I'm
we're
blocking
not
it.
doing that. So when this all does catch on fire, at least they'll be able to get here. Put us out.
Dude, our fire pit's fine.
It's the bomb.
We're gonna need wood though.
I don't know if we can find any.
I think this huge pile of wood might do.
Yeah, use that until you can find the other one. There was a big piece over there, yeah, that looked kind of scrumptious. Nice and dry. Yeah, yeah, that one, yeah. Yeah. Oh. It was a mirage. It was like half as big as I thought it was. But it still looks tasty on the end there. That ought to burn. Goosh! Get us a Peter Griffin fire here. Everything catches on fire immediately. But we don't have any jet fuel in our truck for it. Remember when he steals the jet fuel, flies around in his truck, and Quagmire runs out and crashes because he stole his jet fuel? Ah. We got a truck. Thing is, it wouldn't run on jet fuel because it's like friggin' diesel. Not real flammable when it's just sitting in a pool. They found that out in that one crash. The center fuel tank blew up. What happened was it was low on fuel in the center fuel tank, and there was a lot of space in there, and the air conditioners were right underneath it. And it was a really hot day, and they sat there for like 45 minutes on the tarmac, and it heated that fuel tank up. They replicated it, and they got that thing up. The flash point was supposed to be 120 degrees, and I think, and they got it up to like 190 or 215 or some damn shit.
Wow.
In their little simulation that they did when they tested. But yeah,
Their little simulation.
Yeah, they used the same plane, and they put sensors in there, and they ran the AC, and they did the same shit, and they got to like volatile levels. Yeah, I watched that one a couple weeks ago. The best one was the one at O'Hare. I think it was in Chicago. It was like the worst one we've had ever. As soon as it took off from O'Hare, I watched it. They had live. It was a live. It went up, it tilted, and it went boom into the ground. Everybody died, like 300 people or some shit.
Wow.
And they found out what they came up with was they were doing an engine on it, and there was a crew change while they had the engine jacked up on the jack, the hydraulic jack, into place, and they didn't get the bolts through or something, and then the next crew came in, and what had happened is the jack had leaked down, and they didn't get bolted in right, and it stressed it, and on takeoff that engine broke away. Wow. And it was because the mechanics that were servicing it in between, when they did the shift, it changed the whole way they do it. You start it, you finish it. It doesn't matter if it's shift change or whatever. If there ain't enough time, then don't start it. But they took over for them, and in the time in between the change, while it was sitting there on that jack, it leaked down. The equipment did.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
That was a famous one. And it stressed the bracket that held the motor. They found it. It was all cracked apart and sheared when they put it back together. I remember going to Willow Run and looking through the hangar where they had the flight, I forget the number, the one that crashed on Metro on takeoff, and the one little girl is the only one that survived.
Wow.
And yeah, she was like really, really little. And there's even a story on her where later on she finally did a story that, you know, came out and talked about it. Yeah. But I remember peeking through the window and looking at the plane half put back together where they were the NTSB was reconstructing it. Because we used to go and ride over there all the time by Willow Run Airport. Hydromatic, oh, that's where my buddy Jeff got killed on the sled. Out there by Hydromatic. Strung a cable up across the it was like between train tracks and a fence. We'd go around next to the fence and go around into this field and hit a nice jump, and he was going to do that and got his neck broke. 21 years old. Fucked up.